What's going on YouTube? So today we got a C5, a 2004 Corvette here, and for window tint, it's gonna be getting 15% all the way around, and figured I'd show you a tutorial of actually how to do the side windows on a C5. The back glass is a little bit tricky, and the side windows be heated out and shrunk to the correct shape of the window. You can't just slap it on or you'll get a bunch of little fingers and bunched up water throughout the window. And as well, if you don't know who I am Bailey Wise, and this content's a little bit different than what I'm used to posting. I'm just trying to post everything, and I got requests to post window tint videos. So today I'm gonna be showing you how to tint the side windows on a 2004 C5 Corvette. So our bottle ready, and all we got in our bottle here is a water and a film-on solution. Nothing crazy. The film to stick, and what I like to do to heat side windows out like this, since it's an open frame window, I kind of like to heat my bottom edge out first. So what I'll do is spray the window down and leave a gap at the bottom so we can heat our film all the way down. And I just like to wet it. And the tools you'll need is a hard card, a squeegee, and a yellow card, and or whatever other tools that you may prefer. If you're just starting out, this is what I've learned with, not too hard. So right here, all I'm doing is squeegeeing most of the water out from where I laid the window on here. Just be careful during this process. If you're not pushing too hard, but you're not pushing too lightly, to crease those. Once you got your heat gun, it's gonna be hard to hear me, so this process is gonna be a little tough. I'm gonna start in the middle and work my way out to either side, and then do the process on whatever side I don't start on. So I'll just put heat, and you don't gotta just heat the top, kind of heat the whole finger. If you can see it, there's a little bubble that'll come up where the film is pinching up. If you heat the whole thing, it'll make it a lot easier. Don't be scared to use heat, but also don't use enough to where you can potentially hurt something on the outside of the car or burn your film. So a good rule is 3 to 5 seconds on it, not in the same spot, constantly move it. It'll kind of help you with the process so you don't hurt anything on the car or your film. So I'll show you what the process looks like here. I'm just heating the whole thing and moving fast, and I'm pressing all the way down, just constantly moving the heat gun so you aren't hurting anything. And you don't gotta get it 100% your first like section, if that makes sense. So you don't gotta get the whole thing before you move somewhere else. It's always good just to kind of heat as you go so it doesn't bunch up. And what I'm doing here is just coming back and getting those bubbles that I didn't get the first time around. Just be careful with that rubber seal, especially on these cars. You don't want to potentially hurt the outside of the car, burn, discolor the actual rubber here. And once you come back through, and the reason I start by shrinking half and not the whole thing at once is it kind of allows me to get a better shrink all the way up and all the way down. And you can open the window for this part if you want. Just set your middle edge like you did to the bottom. And another good rule when you actually finish is you want to lay it the same way you heated it. So since I laid the middle, I'm going to lay the middle first when I'm actually on the inside, and then go down and up, or up and down, with all my down movements and up movements. Nothing extra crazy. Then the top, we're going to do the same process. The film's a little bit more jumbled up, just don't be scared. Start in the middle here and just heat more than you're actually doing. You don't want it, the less heat you use, kind of heat more of where you're pushing out. So if that makes sense, if you're trying to heat just up a little bit, heat the whole thing. It'll kind of shrink the whole thing and not just that section you're pushing. Hard to explain. Just the more you do, the better you'll get the feel for it. You'll kind of be able to read what's happening and know what to and what not to do and what angle to push it at. But right now I'm just pushing straight up on these. And then I'll come over to this side and do the same process. And don't, like I said, don't be afraid to use the heat. Heat's your friend here. Same water and film on solution I got in here. I'm not using any soap or nothing, harmative chemicals here. And I'll just spray the whole window, and I like to use like this. They don't scratch the window, they don't cut the window, they don't harm the window in any way. It's just a flat blade, and I like to use these other than sponges. I get a better clean as well. If the car's ever been tinted, it'll get that extra glue off, it'll get that extra grime. Just keep it dry if you don't as well. And what I like to do is start in the top middle here, and I'll come out to the side like this and then go straight down. And it's all on what you prefer. If you got a better cleaning technique, then by means do what you got to do. Everybody's different, everybody likes what they like. Stuff works. Scratches in the glass, I'm trying to notice if it's been tinted before. Make sure you get the extra glue. And this one actually has been tinted before, so there's slight glue spots. Once you get your main part of your window, make sure you run your blade through the actual seal. And another good way to get down in there really good and clean is if you got a flat blade knife. You can helps me pull back the gasket here. You can always peel your seal back and spray in there really well, kind of get extra dirt and grime. I just wet the window, and then I'll grab my film from over here. What you do is, if you're using a gasket tool for your seal, I kind of like to start with my front edge here, and you can pull it back, tuck it, and slide it in to where you would like. It doesn't have to be perfect. These seals do tend to be loose since it's an older car, so you shouldn't have trouble sliding the film at all. Then you'll line up your top edge, get a good back edge here, and once you get it to your preference and what you think, stay wet so your squeegee will slide. And I'll set my middle, since I heated middle and up and middle and down, and I set my center during my heating process. Just go straight out, kind of hold the other side of the film so it doesn't shift on you too much. Then from here, I'll start with my squeegee and go straight up, kind of at an angle of the actual water in there. Then do the same to this side over here. Then once you get your top edge, you'll go straight down in the middle, which is the same process as the top. Nothing crazy here. You get most of your work done during the heating process. So from here, I'll use my hard card, start in the middle, and I like to push my water out that way, and then do the same to the other side here. And another way of eliminating a good bit of water is you can wrap that card in a paper towel or rag, kind of pull it back and just slide it through the seal and the edge of that window film and soak up some more water. Help eliminate you fighting at the end of the process. Then you can come back up here and do the same thing with a rag if you don't want to worry about scratching your film. Just go straight up on that edge. And just from that, you'll get 90% of your water out. And I'll flip my camera around here shortly. Hit it and just keep moving. This will help that film shape to the window as well. Do not apply as much heat as you would from the outside. It has that protective clear, so the film is a lot thicker. You want to keep that heat gun moving the whole time so you don't damage the film. Back edge here, and you can see my top edge has these little white bubbles where the film isn't actually laid flat. You can just let it sit, and then over time let it sit. When it heats up and dries out a little bit, that will actually lay down, or you can use a heat gun and dry it up. That is how you tint a C5 side window. So if you did like this, if you want to see any certain vehicles, if I get them in the shop, I can surely do that. Like always, like, subscribe, stay tuned. Let me know your feedback down below, what you want to see. If you like this compared to the content with cars, if you rather see this, let me know. We'll stay uploading here. And yep, my name's Bailey Wise. Subscribe and like, and I'll see you on the next one.